Taal Volcano Bulking Taal is a large 15 by 20 km lake-filled complex volcano located on Luzon Island in the Philippines in the province of Batangas. Taal is the second most active volcano in the Philippines, with 34 recorded historical eruptions, all of which were concentrated on Volcano Island, near the middle of Taal Lake. The lake partially fills Taal Caldera, which was formed by prehistoric eruptions between 140,000 and 5,380 BP. Viewed from the Tagaytay Ridge in Cavite, Taal Volcano and Lake presents one of the most picturesque and attractive views in the Philippines. It is located about 50 kilometers (31 miles) south of the capital of the country, the city of Manila. The volcano has had several violent eruptions in the past, causing loss of life on the island and the populated areas surrounding the lake, with the death toll estimated at about 6,000. Because of its proximity to populated areas and its eruptive history, the volcano was designated a decade volcano, worthy of close study to prevent future natural disasters. All volcanoes of the Philippines are part of the Pacific Ring of Fire. Vulcan Point. The crater lake on Volcano Island is the largest lake on an island in a lake on an island in the world. Moreover, this lake contains Vulcan Point, a small rocky island that projects from the surface of the crater lake, which was the remnant of the old crater floor that is now surrounded by the 2-kilometer (1.2 miles) wide lake, now referred to as the main crater lake. Vulcan Point is often cited as the largest third-order island in a lake on an island in the world, though this is also claimed to be true of an unnamed Canadian island located within Victoria Island. Therefore, Taal has an island within a lake, that is on an island within a lake, that is on an island within the sea. Vulcan Point Island is within Main Crater Lake, which is on Volcano Island. Recent activity. Since the 1977 eruption, it had shown signs of unrest since 1991, with strong seismic activity and ground fracturing events, as well as the formation of small mud pots and mud geysers on parts of the island. The Philippine Institute of Volcanology and Seismology (PHIVOLCS) regularly issued notices and warnings about current activity at Taal, including ongoing seismic unrest. 2008. August 28. PHIVOLCS notified the public and concerned authorities that the Taal seismic network recorded 10 volcanic earthquakes from 5:30 a.m. to 3 p.m. Two of these quakes that occurred at 12:33 and 12:46 p.m. were both felt at intensity 2 by residents at Barangay Pira-Piraso. These quakes were accompanied by rumbling sounds. The events were located northeast of the Volcano Island near Dong Castilla area with depths of approximately 0.6 kilometers (0.37 miles) 12:33 p.m. and 0.8 kilometers (0.50 miles) 12:46 p.m. 2009 July 20th. National Disaster Coordinating Council (NDCC) Executive Officer Glenn Rabonsa warned that although there were no volcanic quakes detected at Taal since the detection of 9 volcanic quakes from June 13 to July 19, and there had been no steaming activity monitored since last recorded on June 23, PHIVOLCS alert stands at level 1, warning that Taal's main crater is off limits to the public because steam explosions may occur or high concentrations of toxic gases may accumulate. 2010. June 8. PHIVOLCS raised the volcano status to alert level 2, 17, scale as 0 to 5, 0 referring to no alert status, which indicates the volcano is undergoing magmatic intrusion which could eventually lead to an eruption. PHIVOLCS reminds the general public that the main crater remains off limits because hazardous steam-driven explosions may occur, along with the possible buildup of toxic gases. Areas with hot ground and steam emissions such as portions of the Dong Castilla Trail are considered hazardous. May 11 to 24. Crater lake temperature increased by 2 to 3 degrees Celsius (3.6 to 5.4 degrees Fahrenheit). The composition of main crater lake water has shown above normal values of Mg, Cl, SO4, Cl and total dissolved solids. There has been ground steaming accompanied by hissing sounds on the northern and northeast sides of the main crater. April 26. Volcanic seismicity had increased. 2011. From April 9 to July 5, alert level on Taal Volcano was raised from 1 to 2 for 11 weeks because of increased seismicity on Volcano Island. Frequency peaked to about 115 tremors on May 30 with maximum intensity at IV, accompanied by rumbling sounds. Magma was intruding towards the surface, as indicated by continuing high rates of CO2 emissions in the main crater lake and sustained seismic activity. Field measurements on May 24 showed lake temperatures slightly increased, pH values slightly more acidic and water levels 4 cm (1.6 in) higher. A ground deformation survey conducted around the volcano island April 26 to May 3 showed that the volcano edifice inflated slightly relative to the April 5 to 11 survey. 2019. Alert Level 1 was raised on the volcano because of frequent volcanic activities since March. Based on the 24-hour monitoring of the Taal Volcano's seismic network, 57 volcanic earthquakes were observed from the morning of November 11 to morning of November 12. 2020. A sudden eruption occurred on January 12, quickly escalating into Alert Level 4. Ash falls and volcanic thunderstorms were reported, and forced evacuations were made. Dangers of possible volcanic tsunami were also warned. The volcano produced volcanic lightning above its crater with ash clouds. The eruption progressed into magmatic eruption characterized by lava fountain with thunder and lightning. Taal Volcano spews ash near Manila. Philippine authorities have urged a total evacuation of nearly 1 million people near the capital Manila after a volcano spewed ash up to 9 miles (14 kilometers) into the air Sunday, prompting warnings of a possible explosive eruption. The Taal Volcano, about 37 miles (60 kilometers) south of the capital Manila on the island of Luzon, is one of the country's most active. Images from the scene on Monday showed streams of lava beginning to gush out the volcanic vent, the sky above still thick and dark with ash and steam. The Philippine Institute of Volcanology and Seismology (PHIVOLCS) has raised the alert level to 4, meaning an explosive eruption could happen in the coming hours or days. Its highest alert level is 5, indicating an eruption is taking place. In explosive eruptions, magma is fragmented and violently expelled from the volcano. Think of a soda can after being shaken, as opposed to thick lava oozing out. Taal Volcano isn't actually very big, but it's considered among the world's most dangerous, owing to the number of people that live in its immediate vicinity. There are 2 zones of concern around the volcano, according to the United Nations Office for the Coordination of Humanitarian Affairs (OCHA). Around 459,000 people reside within a danger zone with a 14-kilometer (8.7 miles) radius around the volcano, according to a map by the agency, while more than 930,000 people live in a wider 17-kilometer (10.5 miles) danger zone. PHIVOLCS has urged a total evacuation of everyone within the 17-kilometer radius around the volcano. As of Monday, more than 25,000 people had sought shelter in temporary evacuation centers set up by the authorities. The total number of evacuees is likely to be higher, however, with many people choosing to stay with family members and relatives in other parts of the country. Federal authorities are helping the response and evacuation operation. The Army sent 20 military vehicles and 120 personnel to help affected residents, and the Secretary of National Defense said helicopters were on standby to evacuate people. The Defense Secretary also urged residents near the eruption to evacuate, and not to hesitate in leaving their homes. Aid organizations like the Red Cross are assisting on the ground by sending rescue vehicles and supplies. Residents within the immediate area are most at risk from the effects of a potential eruption, including a possible volcanic tsunami in the lake surrounding the volcano, according to PHIVOLCS. The lava now beginning to erupt is dangerous as it's creating a big lava fountain that could then spill into nearby towns. But volcanic ash is the biggest danger. The ash is what will kill you, not the lava. The ash flow from an exploding volcano can travel hundreds of kilometers an hour. Other threats include deadly toxic gases emitted from the eruption, and mud flows caused by ash mixing with water vapor in the atmosphere. If it erupts again, the ash, which carries microscopic shards of glass, could potentially be carried 100 kilometers (62 miles) or more, contaminating the air and water supplies in distant locations. More than 25 million people live within 100 kilometers of the volcano. You don't want stuff like that in your lungs. It can get lodged in there and make you quite ill. It's too early to tell just how big the impending eruption could be. Taal Volcano has a long history of frequent, small eruptions. However, it's also potentially more dangerous than other volcanoes because of its location on a lake. The interaction of magma with water can make a volcanic eruption much more explosive. On Sunday, the volcanic ash spread as far as Quezon City north of Manila, prompting the suspension of all flights at the capital's international airport. Ash is even heavier than snow, meaning excessive pile-ups, especially when mixed with rain, can cause roofs to collapse. Apart from immediate health hazards and structural damage, a potential eruption could also bring long-term consequences for the area's economy. The volcano is surrounded by a lake, which is a popular attraction, meaning many of the towns in the vicinity are tourism hot-spots. There are several amusement parks, lakeside resorts and yacht clubs within 17-kilometer zone. The holiday town of Tagaytay, which lies close to the water's edge, is a popular getaway for Manila residents who often take boats onto the lake and hike up the volcano. The future of this tourism economy could depend on how destructive the potential second eruption is. If it's big enough, it could wipe out the entire volcanic island in the middle of the lake. It could also serve a severe blow to the many farmers and fishermen who live in the area and rely on the lake and its surrounding land for their livelihoods. The volcano has seen powerful eruptions before. One eruption in 1754 lasted 6 months, and its deadliest eruption took 1,335 lives in 1911. It erupted again in 1965, killing 190 people, and continued to have 4 more minor eruptions in the years since. Meriton Bornes, chief of volcano monitoring at PHIVOLCS, said that the agency had monitored tremors at the volcano as early as March 2019, but they were surprised by the rapid speed of the eruption on Sunday. Thank you for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe. Daddy Robs.
Mm-hmm.